Good afternoon, PSEs.
Good afternoon, Jenny.
Yes, I'm Jenny. Before I start the presentation, I'll show you a sentence. Over the first 30 years of life, people make their habits. And over the last 30 years, habits make people. It's a common Indian saying telling us how important habits are. There are two kinds of habits: behavioral habits and emotional habits. Do you know we can control our habits?
No!
Today, I'm going to tell you about emotional habits and how to control them. There are two parts to emotional habits: the positive and the negative. These parts can be made habits using mind control. Have you heard of R equals VD?
Yes!
Realization equals vivid times dream. It's a famous expression from a book. I think this expression is close to the topic that I want to tell you about. A positive mind can only make a positive future, and a negative mind can only make a negative future. Let me show you an example of a negative mind. She's been under a lot of stress for a few days, and she's always worried she'll ruin the project. Not only does she end up worrying about it, but also she imagines ruining the project and worries about how embarrassed she'll be. It doesn't take a long time to feel like it's really happening. And that imagination becomes a reality. Because she's been thinking about a failed project, not a successful one. You might not know this, the girl is me. I'd only been thinking about negative thoughts while I took the Disciple 2B test, which is why I'm back here today. As I say, the brain wants to go the same way. That means, once you think negative thoughts, you keep thinking negative thoughts. But, on the other hand, once you think positive thoughts, you keep thinking positive thoughts. I'm going to give you an example of a positive mind. Does everyone know this guy?
Yes!
As you know, he's the Korean national fencer, Park Sang-young. Like this video says, the game wasn't in his favor, and everyone believed it was impossible for him to win. But he kept telling himself he was able to win and did his best at the game. And he made an incredible comeback and won. He said that the way you think changes your thinking process. Any positive mental attitude could make a positive movement. Like, people make habits and habits make people. The mind makes the brain, and the brain makes the mind. A positive mind makes a positive brain, and a negative mind makes a negative brain. It's totally up to me how I live. From now on, why don't you make it a habit to think positive thoughts and live a more active day? Thank you for listening to my presentation.